everyone checked in. Just going off the orientation of my screen here, I have Russell Stevens, and I'll ask that when I call your name, if you could just confirm that the name on the screen is correct, and just let me know who you're representing here today, and make sure that you unmute. So Mr. Stevens, if you would unmute. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay, great.
Correct.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Stevens, if you could confirm that is your name and tell me who you're representing here today.
Yes, I represent myself.
Okay, great. Are you a nearby property owner or? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm just pulling up some of the.
Right across the street.
Okay, got it. All right, welcome. And then I see we have Kate Meehan from our zoning department. Welcome, Kate. Then Francesca.
That's me. I'm with Michelson Homes. We're the designer and contractor representing the homeowner.
Okay, great. And your last name, please?
Padgen. I'm sorry, Padgen. Padjen.
All right. All right, welcome. And then Colette Yeagle, is that right?
Yes, and I am the property owner directly adjacent to the Carnal Bocelli development.
Got it. All right. Welcome. Let's see. So Ms. Padgen, on the applicant owner side, are you expecting anyone else to join us here today?
The homeowners are currently on vacation in California, and we're hoping to tap into the Zoom call, but I don't know for sure if they're going to be able to, if their schedule will allow it.
Okay. Well, I typically, as the hearings are going on, if anyone's trying to join, I'll let them in midway through the hearing. So if you'd like, we can go ahead and get started.
Yes, I think that's fine.
Okay, great. And if they try to come in, I'll just let them in.
Okay.
All righty. So I'm going to read through our hearing script. This will basically just cover the procedure for the hearing, and then we will jump right into it. So this is the August 2nd, 2023 session of the Zoning Hearing Examiner docket. Again, my name is David Sturkey. The case before us today is case number ZH20230120. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any potential opposing parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any opposing party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. Anyone from the public will then have an opportunity to provide testimony after the applicant has presented its case. I will give the zoning plans examiner, Kate Meehan, an opportunity to provide any testimony in addition to her staff report. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to rebut that testimony or respond to that testimony that was in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. So again, real quick for our purposes here today, I'll allow Ms. Padgen an opportunity to tell me about the project, any background she believes is important, why the relief that she's requesting. And in our case for today, she's requesting a variance of 2 feet 6 inches to allow a side yard setback of 4 feet 6 inches for a 2-story addition above an existing rear 1-story garage. I'll allow her to tell me why that relief should be granted. I'll then take testimony from the public. We'll hear from Kate Meehan, our zoning plans examiner, and then the applicant, Ms. Padgen, will again have an opportunity to respond to any of the testimony from the public and make any closing statements. And then after all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. Ms. Yeagle, I'll get to your question in just 1 second. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties with the Zoom technology, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those on the fly, but to the extent there's some defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with this hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay. Any questions about any of the procedure? Ms. Yeagle, did you want to say something?
Not necessarily about procedure, but I think I got the wrong case number. My mailer says the Carnal Bocelli one, but my neighbors told me it was at 2. So I can email Cassandra and you on the side and get that Zoom link if that's okay.
Yeah, so you're talking about the Linwood one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're here. This is 1336 Herschel.
Right. So I think I'm in the
Correct,
wrong
Ms.
one.
Paget? Yeah. Okay,
So can I just email you and Cassandra to get the Zoom link for the 2 o'clock meeting?
absolutely. Yeah, just
Okay.
just send me an email now, and I will.
Okay, I'm the same too. I'm Linwood.
Our
Okay.
mailer says 1 o'clock.
Oh, does it
So
for
it does.
For Linwood, yeah.
3233
Correct.
Linwood?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay. Yeah, our fault. I will email both of you. Do you both register?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure that you both get that meeting link right away. Cassandra should be able to send it to you right now. Mine might come a little later after I finish this hearing.
Okay. That's fine. I'll
Okay.
drop. Have a great day, everyone.
Great. I'll see you
Okay.
all in just a little bit.
An hour.
Okay.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Mhm.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
making me
Ms.
nervous.
Pageant, that's a bit of a relief, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know we were going to have opposition, so glad they
Yeah.
were in the wrong
Well,
spot.
it's often opposition. It's not always. You never know. Sometimes they're just curious.
Sure,
But
sure.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Two neighbors. That's usually there's some opposition there. Okay. Well, in that case, this could be a much shorter conversation. So I think all I need to do now is just swear each of you in. The zoning code requires that anyone providing testimony is sworn in before they do that. So if you could go ahead and raise your right hand, and I need you to answer out loud. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Ms. Pageant, would you like to proceed?
Sure. I mean, I hope everything was fairly well laid out in our packet. But we're just looking to add some square footage to an existing typical Hyde Park Mount Lookout home by adding a bedroom and a family room and those such amenities. The footprint that we would like to use is already existing. It's a one-story garage addition at the back of the house, and we're looking to just build on top of not even the whole thing, about 2/3 of it as you go back to the rear, and staying in line with it on the north side of the property line, which is the property line in question. And it's my understanding that the garage and the entire house is non-conforming. We are asking to just maintain that non-conformance, not make it any worse in the footprint direction. We would just be adding in the vertical dimension.
Got it. Typically with these, I try to think of any potential adverse effects for neighbors. Do you want to respond to that at all? And I'm thinking just blocking light, wind, that
Right.
sort of thing.
Yeah, I totally understand that. The neighbors to the north, there's actually their driveway separates the two houses, so they are not what I would call an immediate abutting neighbor. There's I don't know, I'm going to say 20 feet of driveway between the two structures, so I don't see there being a light issue. We actually have a letter from that homeowner in full support of the addition. We went through a variance hearing with that homeowner several years ago, so both neighbors are kind of on the same page and in agreement with each other. So no, I don't see any issues there, and that homeowner also didn't see any issues. In terms of character and style in general, just in my profession, I think it's very important to make additions look like they've always been there, especially in more characterful historic neighborhoods such as Mount Lookout. So that's our intent as well, to match existing details, colors, architecture, so that hopefully it ends up being a seamless addition visually.
Okay. That's all the questions I have for now. Kate, did you want to add anything?
I would just add that the garage addition did go through a zoning hearing for a variance for that setback in 2015. So that, of course, was approved, and this addition will just be on top of that, as Francesca has mentioned. And then also I did receive letters of support from neighbors on both sides of this property stating that they had no opposition. And then I also did get a phone call on Monday from Amy Carley, who again is the neighbor to the north, just reiterating that they are in support of the application and they do not have any opposition.
Okay. Anything else, Kate?
No, I don't have anything else. I mean, staff supports the addition, and we don't have any other issues with it.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate your testimony and your staff report. Let's see. All right, Ms. Pageant, anything else in closing or otherwise before we adjourn?
No.
Okay. So I have had a chance to review the application materials here and the staff report. Based on that and based on the testimony I've heard here today, I think it would be unreasonable to strictly enforce the zoning code of this project. I agree that this is compatible with the neighborhood and matches the character of the neighborhood. And so I am going to approve the application. I need to formalize that approval in a written decision. Ms. Pageant, I'm sorry, I can't remember if you've been through this process before, but I need to formalize that approval in a written decision, which typically takes about 2 weeks
Okay.
to generate. Particularly based on the current queue, I think that's a realistic expectation, but I'll do everything I can to get that out to you as soon as possible.
Okay.
As soon as I finish that, I put it into a PDF, I email it to you. You'll have it really just moments after it's complete. And as soon as you have that, Kate can approve the permitting on the zoning permitting on her end, and hopefully you can move
Okay.
forward.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much. I
If you have any
appreciate it.
questions, sure. If you have any questions about the process, feel free to reach out to me directly, or if you just like a status update on the decision,
Okay.
just reach out and I'll let you know where I'm at.
So the 2 weeks is your formal approval, and then after that goes to Kate, and then I'm assuming there's obviously some paperwork in the zoning and overall building department before we get that final all-inclusive approval to start work.
Yeah, so it's hard. I don't know where this is, just the very siloed zoning part of it.
Okay.
So all the other building stuff,
Oh,
you'll
sure,
need
sure.
to check with the building department directly on those building permits.
Okay.
But if to the extent that the zoning nonconformity is holding you up, as soon as you have that decision, I'll have Kate on the email where you get it. She'll be able to just, I believe, Kate, it's just like one click where you change in the system that.
Yes, so I'll
with the
go
change?
in, once I get the written decision, I do try to very quickly go in because I know people are waiting on their permits, go in and then sign off so that as far as zoning, it's then released. And then if there are any other issues with building plans, examiners, they've probably already addressed those. So it may just be zoning that you're waiting on for it.
Yep. Okay. I was just trying to get an overall idea of timeline to let everybody know, but that sounds good.
All right, great. Well, have a great day. Good luck on the project,